Hey, welcome back to the Minimax 1100r aircraft build vlog. In the last video, you saw me basically making this Station 4 that goes behind the seat. The elevator control cable passes through that hole. This is just an inspection hole, basically. And then there's this piece that goes on the back side of Station 4. And I'm gonna get there's some RS5 and some other pieces that get attached here. This 3/4 by 5/8 goes I just need to mark this off because I have to stop the and this is a piece that was cut off of here, so I know it's the right size. But those two basically fit. I have to notch them. Let me get my tripod here, 1 second. I'm gonna flip this over here. Hopefully I don't make you sick in the process there. So the way this goes, hey Marvin. This one goes on the front of Station 4. So it gets notched right here from this seat support to the bottom longeron. And then the top gets notched for the top longeron, and then this will fit down plywood to plywood right there. And then this piece here actually goes in behind here and goes right there. So the blocks and stuff, well, the blocks will be here basically. Blocks will be here, roughly. RS5 on the bottom, RS5 on the top, and then RS5 on the top here. Just making a solid structure, basically. And then that whole thing will actually get notched as well, and goes in there. And also epoxies to the back of here, and that creates your rear spar carry through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these pieces cut, and so that I can get this kind of all clamped together, and or figure out how I want to do this. How I want to get this one glued up, and then get all of this in place. And then the bottom of this one actually gets a piece of RS9 3/4 by 3/4 that'll actually match this 9-degree slope here. So when it goes on, there'll be a piece of RS9 across the bottom here. So I'll do this first and get this set up, and then we'll cut some parts there and get some epoxy, which means I got to turn on the warmer. All right, I'll get a size here. All right, I'll get the size laid out here. Alright, I'll head over to the table saw here, and I'll give this a cut. set up here. And then I'll set my set this up out here. So you can capture the end of this. And that will, of course, allow me to duplicate these 2 more times. And first I'll just make sure that this piece fits in there, and then we'll cut 2 more. And I have to take just a tiny bit off of that, so I'm just going to move this in just a little bit. And we just easily cut 2 more. Right to the stop. Alright, so at the top. And then these will go at the bottom. First one will go right along the bottom edge here. And then these guys go in. There. There. This one goes in on top. I'm just going to make a line for myself. What I want to do is make sure this is running square, so just going to make a line. Alright, so that assembly is ready to epoxy together. And now I will jump to the 3/4 inch piece that goes on the bottom of this. And it goes on the bottom rear, I believe. Yep, goes to the back on the bottom, and I'll end up with a 9-degree angle on it. So let me grab some 3/4 by 3/4. All right, so I got a nice piece right there. And I'm just going to do this a little differently, I think. I'm going to do it like this. what I can't decide is if I want to cut this to size first, because this also gets a notch cut out of it, and I think I do. So just gonna make a square line there, and then I'm gonna actually take it off this end. But I'm gonna take this with my same piece here, line it up to the edge. So actually longer at the bottom. Alright, and then to get this height, just going to measure from the bottom of this longeron to the top of this corner right here, and that'll give me what I'm looking for. So it's 2.5 inches, and I'm going to check it on the other one as well, make sure we're about the same. I got this piece cut 3/4 by 3/4, fits really nice in here, and that'll get epoxied on, and then it'll get cut to that 9-degree angle afterwards. And I just made sure that this fits really nice in here on both sides, so I've got a nice flush condition. And so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the notches out right here. I got a notch here that clears this right here, and then I have another notch at the top that basically clears the top longeron. So I'm gonna cut those notches real quick and just test fit it in the fuselage sides and make sure that everything's fitting good, and then I'll be ready to epoxy this on and epoxy this group together right here. So okay, we're getting closer to this. So let me go to the bandsaw. And then we're going to test fit it in here. All right, we can mix up some epoxy now. My favorite part. Well, that took a whole lot longer than I anticipated. I was just fussing with this a lot, and I don't know, there was probably a different way to do this. But I'd kind of already started down the path that I chose, so I just kept going. I'm like, it's too late to change. So anyway, I finally got it right where I want it, and it's a bit of a clamp mess, but I needed to get these clamped together, and then I needed to get them clamped to the plywood, and but I finally got it. So now it's just, I'm just gonna walk away. I'm gonna let it sit there. I wasn't able to get the other piece on up here, but I'll have to get that next, because this doesn't get glued in until after the fuselage starts to come together, so I'll be able to get that in place and go from there. So yeah, so that's all I have time for today, but as always, thanks for checking out the video and hanging out with me and watching me fight through some things and work through some things. And it's coming together really good. I can't say there's anything that I'm not happy with. Everything's working out like I planned. The only thing I wish I would have done in this case is I wish I would have kind of dry fit this, so I kind of knew where I was headed with the clamps and stuff, because I just messed around a little bit too long figuring that out. I could have stapled from the other side and made it all work that way and put some staples, but I just figured
I'm gonna be waiting anyway. I'm not going to another step, so might as well just let it set up overnight and go with what I've got. So anyway, as always, I'll catch you later.